again, you know, our effort's good. Today was an interesting day because today, you know, we had installs, and today was really a review of the first 4 days. And you really saw some separation. It's a great day for the younger guys. You know, when you put it all together, you know, you're putting multiple days together and kind of, you know, going all in with everything of how, you know, far behind. They kind of think they know it until today, and then they're like, whoa, hold on a second. So, you know, I think you really see separation of older and younger guys within that with the learning process. But I think the attitude, the scheme, everybody's doing a pretty good job with it all.
What do you see from Jamal at center?
You know, he's working at it. You know, again, today he's a guy where hey, when you have an installation in, he's doing a good job with that. Now, when you put the whole package in one day, I want to see how he handles it. But you know, his attitude in taking on that responsibility has been really good.
What was it about him, say, than any other guy that you thought, hey, he's a center?
You know, we just look at all the guys with, you know, and how you mix and match them together and all that stuff, and within the lines. And, you know, he's got athleticism, he's got bend, he's got 1-2, he's smart because he's got to make all the calls to handle all that stuff. So, I mean, I think, you know, as we looked at it, we're a guy that, you know, he's a guy who wanted to give that opportunity. We got to find a couple more, though. You know, Jock Johnson's in there trying to learn it. You know, first time for both of them playing center. You know, Nick Proby's doing a good job with the threes. We got to, by the end, we got to find one more guy maybe that can move in there.
A lot of new faces on the defensive line this year. Talk about that competition, guys.
It's good. You know, I mean, what you got to see is the level of play, you know, because there's a lot of guys that have played on the D-line, maybe, and whether he started or not started, we've rotated a lot of guys in the past. So we expect a certain level out of them, but there's an awful lot of repetitions available. You know, when you look at a Preston Smith, Caleb Ewells, PJ, Curtis Vergis, all those guys walking out the door, yeah, there's a lot of reps that play the games available right there in those spots for people got to jump up and go take it. So, you know, again, I think guys are learning. It's that mix of, you know, the effort and then the mind not slowing down your effort. You know, you can only think so much, and then you got to go play.
Within the safety competition, what have you been seeing from that group?
It's good because, you know, I mean, first you got Kendrick Market not out there, you know, so the key to that is guys are having to lead. You know, I mean, which is, if he's out there, there's a big crutch that he's going to make all the calls and get everybody lined up and put in the right position. By him not being out of there, it's forcing a lot of people into some mental strain out there, not just in learning the system, but making all the calls, making all the checks and the adjustments and getting everybody lined up.
How are some of those mid-year guys kind of picking up things so far?
They're figuring it out a little bit. You know, I mean, I think, you know, a lot of it's just like the offseason. I don't know that they've gone at this tempo, at this level against, you know, speed of practice and against this level of competition constantly. So, you know, the biggest one's adjusting to how fast everything is every single snap.
Who's been that guy on the defense to kind of replace Bernard to be that energy, that juice guy to get them going, the leader on the defense?
Yeah, I think we're waiting to see, you know, a bunch of those guys to see who's going to come out. I mean, Kendrick Market and Tevez Calhoun were two of our biggest leaders on the defense last year. They're not practicing. So I think it's great that, you know, we have those two are going to be showing up in the fall to be those type of guys. But it's interesting to see some other guys trying to do it. I don't know that one person's really stepped out in front, but I think a lot of guys are trying to have the juice and the energy to, you know, to be different types of leaders instead of one, have them share it through a bunch of guys.
You've had several quarterbacks kind of coming back, going to be seniors and starters. What's the difference, I guess, for a guy like Dak in that situation?
Well, you know, I mean, there's just a lot of comfort level, you know, for him out there. When, you know, the things he's working on is different than what a lot of other guys are really working on out there. You know, you're trying to get to graduate level things of how fast he can make decisions. You know, how much he can anticipate throws and, you know, put things into tighter windows. You know, and because that's going to make him an even better player next year. And so, you know, you just watch his pocket movement, sliding movement. I thought that, you know, the one thing he did a great job moving, did a big team pass period today with blitz pickup, and he did a great job sliding, moving in the pocket, buying time for himself, and trying to anticipate getting the ball out fast into windows.
He talked yesterday about also helping out some of the younger quarterbacks. Is that part of his maturation process too?
Well, it's huge because if you know, I mean, if you can teach something, then you really, really know it. And to me, he should be able to teach the offense to anybody at this point. You know, he should be able to teach the offense just like the coaches can teach it because he's been around it for so long now. So I think that also gives you more confidence when you are teaching, when you are helping the younger guys. it gives you more confidence in that you know it inside and out.
In year 2 for Nick and even Elijah, what do they need to do to get onto the field and gain some reps?
Elijah, the one thing, what I am good of, being banged up with the patella deal, we rested him today, but he's taking reps in 7-on-7, so he's actually getting reads and reps. I'm pleased with what I've seen out of Nick so far. He looks like a very, very different player even than he did in winter at bowl prep. That, you can see he's invested in the offseason, invested in learning and knowing what's going on out there on the field. He looks a little bit more like a veteran player within the offense than he did even in bowl practice, where it was kind of like, come on, you got to know this by now.